Welcome back to another video and another weigh-in update. If it's your first time here, my name is Beck. Thank you so much for joining me. So the plan was for me to record this yesterday, which was Saturday, but things were just a little bit more hectic than I'd planned and I ended up not recording. So here I am, 7 o'clock on a Sunday morning, got my coffee, which is the most important thing, and I'm hoping that I can do it without a lot of editing. So that's the plan, but we all know that sometimes I just can't talk or get my words out. So fingers crossed. Obviously I've started this week. Well, I didn't actually start this week, but this is going to be my first weigh-in after starting calorie counting. So I started it on Monday and I weighed in last Friday, but obviously you never see it until the Sunday. So I had Friday, Saturday and Sunday of doing Slimming World, and then Monday to Friday of doing calorie counting. So obviously I'm going to be talking a little bit about why I switched, and the main reason for me, obviously I was still losing on Slimming World and people might think that I was a bit silly switching, but I was calorie curious, shall we say. So I'd seen lots of people switching, and I've got to be honest, I was thinking at the time when I saw them switching, why would they switch? This plan is working. It's working for me. It was working. I mean, lots of them I suppose it wasn't working for, which is why they switched in the beginning, but it had worked for them at some point. And I'm thinking maybe they're just not doing it properly, maybe lots of reasons. But I was thinking in my head, because I was so, I don't know, for the Slimming World plan, I was obviously a little bit, I don't know, protective, should we say, defensive even of it, which this is what I struggled with for the first few days. I struggled, and you probably will have noticed it in my videos because they were quite lengthy. I've always had quite short, to the point, daily videos. But as soon as I switched to calorie counting, it did become a bit more in depth, not just because I was having to weigh and tell you the calories of everything. And I've got to be honest, I think that was definitely a good thing because it was an eye-opener for me. It was an eye-opener because the first couple of days I did the two of them side by side. Quickly realised that that wasn't going to be, I think it would work, for me anyway, it would work if I was doing Slimming World and just wanting to keep a check on my calories. But the reason for my change, like I say, being calorie curious, was that I wanted to not explore because it's food that I've eaten before, but I wanted to be able to eat things that I've missed then, and not worry about sins, just take the calories. So what I think suits me is taking some aspects of the Slimming World plan, which is still having fibre, still having protein, still having lots of fruit and veg, and then incorporating calories into that. And that's what I'm finding is working. So it took me a few days to get into the swing. I saw a mark on my ceiling and I wondered what it was, got just easily distracted. It took me a while to get into the swing of it because I was still in that mindset where I was thinking everything was sinnable, or how many sins was in it. My dog's just going crazy. Yeah, so in that sense, it did take me a while to film my videos because I was very chatty at the end of them as well with everything that I was finding out and different things. And I've got to be honest, I was really confused in the beginning. And the first couple of days, even though I think the first thing I had completely sort of calorie wise was like a packed sandwich from Tesco's, and that was the first thing, and I did actually think, actually this is going to be quite convenient. So I think going forward, for me at the moment, and I'm not saying I'll never do Slimming World again, but calorie counting is definitely my best option. The way that everything is changing slowly, with like yesterday, having friends in your garden again, being able to be going out. I know you can't go to restaurants in Wales yet, but being able to go out and about, I think I'm going to give this a whirl because I've actually really enjoyed it. And I didn't think that was going to be the way, especially after the first few days. I was thinking, I'm staying with Slimming World. By the end of this week, I'm just going to give it a week, but I'm going to be staying with Slimming World. And then towards the end of the week, I did start, like I said the other day, embracing calorie counting a bit more. So for me, going forward, that is going to be what I'm going to be carrying on doing, but still incorporating, like I say, aspects from Slimming World. And for those people that are doing Slimming World with calorie counting alongside, that is brilliant. And I did think maybe that is the best way for me, but because it is still quite restrictive in the foods that you can eat, because I mean, I had little things the other day and I know they're really high in sins, but well within my calories. So I thought, I weighed it up and that's going to be my option, and something that I think I'm really going to enjoy. So seeing how low in calories fruit and veg is, then it's not difficult to just incorporate it. And with everything that you can have, I mean, I saw, who was I watching earlier? I haven't finished the video yet. I was watching Slim Along with Kaza and a baguette, and at that moment I thought, I completely forgot about baguettes. Tuna mayo baguettes, my absolute favourite things. White baguettes, I haven't tried those yet, so that's going to be on my little meals for this week. And it's little things like that which are going to be, and you can have them sin wise, it just means that you've got to forfeit other things. But with me doing it this way, then I can still have the best of both. So that's what I'm thinking. Anyway, you're here for my weighing update, so I will get on with that. And I weighed in on Friday. I'm not sure whether I'm going to change that day yet, because my weigh-in day for Slimming World was always a Saturday. With us having groups closed, we changed it to a Friday so that we could have a group on the Saturday. So technically my weigh-in day is still a Saturday if it goes back to group. And that's the day that I like, which is why I set my day yesterday. And that was the first thing I did. I set a day to an easier day yesterday, which means my calories lessened through the week, but are still very good. So it's still 1,600 and I think it's 25. With that easier day on a Saturday set to 2,000, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I want to say 2,200 and something. So, and I've checked it out with different things. I've checked it out with MyFitnessPal, I've checked it with NutriCheck and with the James Smith Academy, and I've gone with the middle then for my calories and set that in the NutriCheck app, and it seems to be working okay. I mean, like I said, for this weigh-in, I only did calorie counting from the Monday to the Friday, or Monday to the Thursday, because I weighed the Friday morning, so Monday to Thursday. And this week I lost a pound, which a pound I'm really happy with, because, and it's losses that I was getting with Slimming World, it's losses I was getting between a pound and half, or half a pound and a pound weekly with them. So it may not have even been any different had I stayed on Slimming World. I don't know, we don't know, do we? But because I was only calorie counting for those 4 days, I know that I did go over with Slimming World, looking back at the videos I've done the weekend before. So, and this is the other thing that really sort of cemented it for me. When I was on Slimming World, I'd, not often, because it wouldn't happen all the time, but I'd come on and I'd be ending on unknown sins, ending on unknown sins. With the calories, I have gone over one day, which was by 90 calories, but that was because I didn't put my milk in, completely my fault. But with the calories, I feel like it's going to be less head work, I suppose, because instead of thinking, oh, I've ended, on unknown sins today, or I've ended over sins, or I've ended at over calories, I'm not going to be doing that, because you can just, I don't know. And I suppose I'm saying this and I'm thinking that you can tailor Slimming World to suit you as well, which, yeah. But if I had a day where I ate a little bit more and went over my sins, I feel like because I've got this easier day set, then I can enjoy that day more without feeling or beating myself up about doing it. So that's it in a nutshell. That is how my week has gone. a £1 off. And going forward, I think calorie counting at the moment is definitely what's best for me. I've checked with my consultant last night. I've still got another 2 weeks of Slimming World left, but whereas I was going on the Slimming World app fairly frequently in the beginning of last week, towards the end of the week I didn't even go on her at all. So I think it's something that when you sort of set your mind to it, isn't it, you just on your way, you're fine. And that hopefully is where I am now. So I'll relook at my calories next week. If I've still only got a small loss, well, say a small loss, because £1 is all I've set the app to anyway. Or was it £2? Either £1 or £2. So if that changes and it's not the £1 or the £2 that I want, then I'll look at that and then readjust. And that's the beauty of it. You're kind of in charge of your own, I don't know, your own plan maybe, because they're not telling you what to eat, you're choosing yourself. Not the Slimming will tell you what to eat, because they don't. But yeah, I just feel at the moment that this is what's best for me. So that is what I'm going to be doing. I don't think there's going to be a huge amount of editing, so this might be able to go up fairly quickly. I'm going to now go and have my coffee, which I didn't have because I've just been talking. Have a lovely rest of your Sunday, and I will see you later for my what I eat in a day. Thank you so much for watching.